The people in Philly are dedicated.
For me, this is the best place in the world to play.
Playing in Philadelphia, I love that part. Is the intensity that the fans bring and the people in Philadelphia bring.
They care from pitch one of opening day to the last pitch of the last game of the season.
They're there to support and, let you hear it a little bit if you're not doing the best.
The people in Philadelphia are paying attention.
They're great. I mean, they're extremely passionate. They love the game of baseball, and there's been energy every game, which is great. It's a lot of fun.
Obviously, I love playing in front of the fans and everything. There definitely is an extra spark in the stadium this year, and we're all really, really pumped about it.
Philadelphia, to me, is everything. I mean, it's the heartbeat of what we do for a living, and we can feel it every time we're on the air.
The people in Philly are, family to me.
This is Tom McCarthy, and I'll be your host for the Phillies 2019 Video Yearbook. Our first name is Philadelphia. The winter following the 2018 season was one of the busiest and most productive periods in Phillies history. While the team had finished just under .500, they had showed great improvement, taking over first place in July and holding on till mid-August. It was enough for the management team to go boldly into the offseason with big plans.
We have been doing what we need to do for the last 3+ years in this rebuild, trying to get to a point where the talent base at the major league level was ready to have a big offseason. And our evaluation of the 2018 team and the 2018 season was that we were in that position.
The realization that we were really close and the realization that we had a bunch of holes to fill that set up our postseason and the offseason run, and just looked at it and said, if we're going to be really good, if we're going to take the next step, we need to really go out and kill this offseason.
The killing began with a trade of J.P. Crawford and Carlos Santana to the Mariners. Not only did they improve the shortstop position with former All-Star Gene Segura, the move also paved the way for Rhys Hoskins to return to his natural position, first base. Before the year was out, they made another strong acquisition. Former MVP Andrew McCutchen was signed as a free agent, immediately improving the lineup, the outfield defense, and the veteran leadership in the clubhouse.
I saw what they're able to do this past season. It's there, and I'm happy to be here and just to be a part of it and to help this team push forward to winning the championship.
Durable reliever David Robertson was brought in to bolster the bullpen. The offseason was beginning well.
But the thing that really made this offseason and this free agent class attractive was the two 26-year-olds at the top end, Harper and Machado. And the Phillies were very, very interested in both guys. I mean, they had targeted this offseason for years, not only because of the star power, but because of the way it aligned with where they were as a franchise. They had hoped that their rebuild was going to be nearing an end.
It was saying to our fans, we know we've dragged you through this rebuild. We've hated it as much as you have, and it's time to turn on the gas and step on the pedal. And that's what we did.
Clearly, the Phillies were swinging for the fences. Manny Machado came to the ballpark for a visit in December. The management team flew out to Harper's home in Las Vegas in January to meet with Bryce and his family. Things were heating up. In a stunning move, Matt Klentak traded with the Marlins for the premier catcher in baseball, JT Realmuto.
I'm more excited than anything just to get to prove myself, It's definitely playing on a little different stage here with the fan base that we have in Philadelphia. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, but I don't necessarily see pressure with it. It's just a game, I got to go out there and try to help my teammates win, and that's what it's all about.
Not only was it a major upgrade, it made Philadelphia a more attractive place to come and play. Shortly after, Aaron Nola signed a 4-year extension. By any measure, the offseason had already been a huge success. In mid-February, Manny Machado signed with the Padres. Now there was just one prize left.
Fans in Philadelphia were decidedly on the Bryce Harper side, and I think that impacted the way the team valued Harper and eventually put a higher price tag on him, and were willing to meet it.
John Middleton and his wife Lee flew out to Vegas to meet with Bryce and his wife. Rumors were flying all around the media and the internet. Were the Phillies being played? Did Harper even like the East Coast, let alone a tough city like Philadelphia? everyone's imaginations were running wild. Then, John flew to Vegas for a third time.
That last week was an incredible roller coaster. So John Middleton returns from Las Vegas. Bryce Harper is not on the airplane, but there is optimism. There's real feeling of optimism that they're going to land this guy. And then Tuesday comes around and it's like, we're not so sure. Wednesday comes around, and on Wednesday night you're hearing things like the Phillies are pessimistic now. They don't even think they're going to get this guy at all.
I went to bed Wednesday thinking we probably have lost him.
For me, that whole week, it was kind of back and forth with them in San Fran, and LA came in late with high AAV. So I mean, it was something where we were just going through the process. And I remember hugging Kayla before San Fran called and said, "Philly seems right. That's where we need to be." And she said the same thing. So when San Fran kind of called back, it was kind of like, our decision's already made, So we told Scott, take care of it, get it done, and let's go home.
And finally, the job was finished.
Welcome to the Phillies.
They are so excited.
Thank you. So great.
Great job. You did a great job.
You're a patient son of a You're a tough negotiators when you are.
In the visitors' locker room at Bright House Field, Bryce awaited his introductory press conference with the Phillies. He was visited by a pair of Phillies icons.
Feel like I know you.
Charlie was there to set the record straight. In his first game against the Phillies back in 2012, Bryce was drilled, admittedly on purpose, by Cole Hamels.
I was with us. I didn't tell Hamels to hit you.
It's okay. It's okay.
And speaking of icons,
this is my wife.
It seemed like the Fanatic was more excited to meet Kayla. That was the start of a perfect day.
For me, going through this process, it was, where can I be with no opt-outs, with a no trade, where I can be for a long time. Now being able to be part of an organization for 13 years and to be able to put all my faith and trust into everybody in this organization, I'm very excited about it. And that's what it's all about. That's what I want to do. I want to be on Broad Street on a freaking boat or whatever, a thing, bus, whatever it is, and have a trophy over my head and do that, because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, I want to be able to go to sleep and know that I gave it my all and was able to bring back a title to the Philadelphia Phillies organization, to Mr. Middleton, to Mrs. Middleton, and to the whole city of Philly.
Biggest star, he was the biggest free agent. He could have gone anywhere. He came here. And there was a connection between the player and the people about how the passion of the player matched the passion of the city.
Okay, let's get the party started. It was the start of a season-long love affair with a new Phillies hero. This was going to be fun.
This guy can do everything. He will hit a lot of home runs in this ballpark, we know that, but he brings an excitement because what Bryce does, he makes everyone else in this lineup a better player. We didn't have that last year, really. We have it this year, and it's going to be fun to watch.
There is so much excitement, so much energy in this park right now. We haven't seen it like this, really, and to start a season in quite a while, and it is something to behold.
Moments ago, Bryce Harper heading out to right field, being greeted by the fans. Pretty sweet to watch that happen. I know he's been looking forward to this. He's wearing green shoes today. They are in honor of the Philly Fanatic. That's exactly right. Right out of the chute, Andrew McCutchen made a statement.
You remember how his career started. He was a leadoff hitter with the Pirates. Then all of a sudden, he developed his power, and he moved into the middle of the order.
Out toward left center field. Speaking of power, Inciarte's going back. How about that? Andrew McCutchen with a deep home run to left center field. And the Phillies jump out to a 1-0 lead.
Welcome to Philly, Andrew McCutchen. How about it?
In the air to left field. That one's going for a ride. It is gone! 3-run home run for Michael Franco. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second base on one hop. He is out at second base. This was the reception that Andrew McCutchen had going out to left field. That was pretty cool. On the inside corner, the two-seamer round back. Nola just struck out the side. 8 strikeouts through 5 innings for Aaron Nola. In the air to left field. That's pretty well hit. Going back is Acuna. Grand slam! Rhys Hoskins! First curtain call of the year, Rhys Hoskins. Line drive caught by Neshek, and he throws to first in time to double up Ryan McKay. Ball game is over. 10-4 victory for the Phils on opening day. One away to start the 2019. The only thing missing was a Bryce Harper home run. The next game, in the air right center field. The first one in the Phillies uniform is a bomb into the second deck for Bryce Harper, and the Phils lead it 7-4.
And the fans get what they want as Harper has hit number 1 as a Philly.
Like that. Liner out toward left center field. It is gone! JT Realmuto. A 2-run home run is first in the Phillies uniform, and the Phillies retake the lead. The Phils have won the first 2 games of the year against the Atlanta Braves.
McCutchen drives one high and deep right center field, and he's rung the bell, Larry.
He has rung the bell. Boy, Jake Arrieta, it's almost like he's using a joystick. This is like Sony PlayStation stuff tonight.
Powering home run by Bryce Harper. Second in as many nights. It's 5-1 the final tonight, and they do pull off that sweep, and they remain baseball's only unbeaten team.
Next, the Phillies went down to D.C. and experienced the much-awaited return of Bryce to his former team. Some national fans that want to voice their opinion about Bryce Harper. Well, they decided not to spend the money for the Max Scherzer jersey and make their Harper jersey into a Scherzer.
Oh, and I can barely hear you, Tom, because I am in section 142. It is a Philadelphia takeover. It is unbelievable out here. About close to 500 Phillies fans on a bunch of buses. They are just making sure that Bryce knows he has his fans. No matter what kind of reception he got here today in Washington, he has his fans here in D.C. tonight. Section 142.
And a line drive base hit it to left field. Rounding third is Segura on his way home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's an RBI single for Harper. 6-0 Phils. In the air to right center field. How about this for a homecoming? That is crushed into the second deck for Bryce Harper. And he gives those Phillies fans a chance to jump up and down one more time. It was an awesome night for Bryce, and another chapter in what's sure to be a great rivalry for many years. Last night at the Sixers game, you got a chance to ring the bell. By now, Harper Mania was in full fever. Another Philadelphia sports icon wanted to get in on the fun.
Man, he hitting it so hard. I mean, that is out of here.
Sorry, man. Sorry, I'm all sweaty.
What's happening? It's all good. It's all good.
Good to have you out here, man.
You the man.
Appreciate you supporting us.
At the top of my bucket list because of being a big fan of his. To know that he played for us, it was special to me, especially that he get it. You know, he wear number 3 now too. It was just awesome, man. And one thing that I want him to know and understand is these people here are going to support, maximum effort. He's going to give that, and that's what they respect here, and that's what they love. And it was just an honor to me.
On April 9th, with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 9th.
McCutchen going back to the track. He turns, and it's gone. A 2-out, 2-strike, game-tying home run from Victor Robles. And it's a 3-run home run for Juan Soto. And the Nationals here in the 10th have a 9-6 lead.
It was an ugly case of defeat snatched from the jaws of victory. It was also a problem that seemed to plague our bullpen for the rest of the year. Now the next night,
Washington tonight as they rout the Phillies and win the series 15-1 the final.
And speaking of rivalries, Kingery sends one to the air to deep left field. It is gone! In mid-April, the Mets came to town. A 3-run home run! And the Phils jump out to a 5-0 first-inning lead. The next day, Scott Kingery did it again. Out toward right center field. It is gone! An opposite field home run for Scott Kingery. And Jake Arrieta outdueled Zach Wheeler with a solid 8 innings. He's down on strikes for the second out. Next, it was out to Colorado. Look at there to right center field. Oh, man. Where we experienced our first bump in the road. Is over. A 2-run walk-off home run for Charlie Blackmon. Then it was back to New York, where we welcomed a brand new member of our broadcast team, the irrepressible Jimmy Rollins. Bryce Harper gets the Jimmy Rollins treatment coming to the plate.
That's a beautiful sound. Every time you hear that, that is a beautiful sound. It doesn't sound good at home, but when you're on the road, that is a beautiful sound.
That night, we got a strong dose of Zach Wheeler. Swing and a miss. 11 strikeouts through 5 innings for Zach Wheeler. In the ninth, things got a little too chippy.
Hey, what the heck? That's ridiculous.
Nothing like a good chest bumping match to get your blood flowing. Sometimes you need that to get you back on track, too.
That might be one of the dumbest things. You're winning 9-0. You won the first 2 games of the series. Now you want to throw at someone to try to wake them up.
But the next night, against the same pitcher, Rhys Hoskins got some beautiful revenge. It's gone! A 2-run home run for Hoskins, and watch how long it takes him to get around the bases.
And Rhys Hoskins is going to take a really slow trot around the bases. And I mean, he is milking this.
That's a way to bust a slump. Bryce Harper coming up, and before the ball game, the Fanatic repaid Bryce for wearing his likeness on his spikes the other day. He wore Bryce's likeness on his shoes. On April 28th, the Fanatic celebrated his birthday, and the love affair with his new favorite player continued.
I'm feeling like a rock star.
Outfielder, Bryce Harper.
I'm feeling like a rock star.
Wow, how about that? It's a pair of shoes.
But I'll bet if you ask him, his favorite present that day was a gift from Zach Eflin.
Makes the catch, and the ball game is over. A complete game for Zach Eflin. It's the first complete game for a Phillies starter since 2016. What a performance by Zach Eflin, and the Phillies take 3 of 4 from the Marlins.
Zach was one of the young arms the Phillies were counting on to become solid starters for the future. He was off to a great start. Another young arm we were all pulling for was Jared Eichhoff.
Swing and a miss.
He had been battling a series of injuries in the past few seasons, and we all hoped he was turning the corner.
There is 7 shutout innings tonight for Jared Eichhoff. He's given up only 2 hits. He has been terrific.
8 scoreless innings for Jared Eichhoff. A brilliant display this afternoon. A few days later, Zach Eflin did it again.
Called on the outside corner, Zach Eflin with his 7th strikeout of the night, his 2nd complete game of the season, his 2nd career shutout, and the Phillies bounce back and win it 7-0.
Another great story in the early season was the Mother's Day debut of Cole Irvin.
For Irvin.
On a beautiful spring day in Kansas City, he went 7 strong and gave his whole family a big thrill.
The Phillies have won the series against the Kansas City Royals and have given Cole Irvin his first victory in his major league debut.
It was a day we all knew was coming, and yet none of us wanted to believe it would happen. After a courageous 5-year battle with cancer, the patriarch of the Phillies family, David Montgomery, was gone.
Today's a really hard day, a very sad day, and a painfully sad one, beginning with the Phillies family, but extending even to Philadelphia.
He's the best human being I've ever been around, ever.
It's a sad, sad day. I love that man so much.
We're losing a lot of Philly family every year. And this one hurts really, really bad.
He made it a family. He made everybody want to be part of this family.
He was a wonderful, wonderful man. He did so much for all of us. I remember when Harry Callis passed away, David said, we lost our voice. Well, with David's passing, we lost a very, very big piece of our heart.
He left behind nearly 5 decades of service and dedication and made an indelible impression on the Philadelphia sports scene. He was the ultimate team player, a man who made all of those around him better. Under his tenure as team president, the Phillies enjoyed one of the most fruitful eras in their long history, winning 5 division titles and a world championship. He was the spearhead and visionary behind the design and building of Citizens Bank Park. He saw it as a gathering place for the whole region to cultivate and strengthen their love of the game. He was connected and engaged in the lives of everyone he considered a teammate. His purpose was not only to make the Phillies a great team on the field, but to make us great corporate citizens as well. When new people came into the organization, his initial message was never to forget that Philadelphia is our first name. In a celebration of his life at the ballpark he helped create, we all got to reflect on our beloved leader.
How at the age of 5 years old, he became a rabid Phillies fan. He would take a transistor radio under the covers and listen to late night Phillies baseball well after his mandated bedtime. Can you imagine what a 5-year-old David Montgomery would have said if we told him, you're going to work for your beloved Phillies for 48 years. You're going to rise to the post of principal owner, and in those 48 years, you're going to see the Phillies go to the World Series 5 times and win 2 championships. The word great is one of the most overused words, particularly in my business. But it's not an exaggeration to say that Philadelphia has lost one of its greatest sons.
As the month of May continued, David would have been pleased that his ball club was continuing their defense of first place. Andrew McCutchen was clearly playing up to his MVP form.
He's heading home with the throw. Reynolds coming home to throw, and a tag. He's out!
He was an ideal leadoff
drive
hitter.
base hit to right center field for McCutchen.
He was also a strong presence in the clubhouse.
The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, deep center
And Bryce
field.
Harper continued to do his thing.
Gone over the batter's eye and on to Ashburn Alley.
That one's out towards center field. That sounded as good as the one yesterday. It is gone! Into the Phillies.
The one mark against Bryce during his free agency was that his defense was not that strong. That was surely not the case in 2019.
Hopefully he's okay. Coming hard toward foul territory. Makes the sliding grab for the 2nd time in the inning. And a liner out to right field. Harper's on the run. Makes the diving grab. He saved the inning.
The love fest continued.
Now he's breaking through the finish line.
On May 20th, we rolled into Chicago, and Jake Arrieta had a homecoming.
Hear the applause for Arrieta.
Yeah, many coming to their feet. This is as it should be.
In the other broadcast booth, Bob Costas and Joe Girardi were plying their trade for the MLB Network.
All your years as a manager, how much of what analytics presented to you caused you to say, I didn't realize that?
I think analytics tell a story over time, and it also helps you find players that maybe other people don't see, or situations that you can take advantage that other people don't see. So I always love that part of the game.
Joe, a former Major League catcher for 15 years, must have loved what he saw behind the plate for the Phillies.
In front, 6th home run of the year for JT Realmuto.
Over to first base, big hop for Reese. To second for one, back to first, and it's in time!
By May 29th, we were 11 games over 500, 3.5 games in first place. Baseball, like sports in general, has always been seen as a haven, a place to escape the hardness of everyday life. Yet once in a while, reality sets in.
By rule, we have to, anytime we hear of an incident involving domestic violence, we have to report that to the league, which is what we did. And then we spent the better part of the morning on the phone with the league, figuring out next steps and learning more information.
A few days later, we would suffer another major blow.
Miller doesn't have to move too far, and he lets it drop. They throw to first for one, and now they've got McCutchen caught in a rundown. It was a smart play, and McCutchen is tagged out. He may have hurt himself. McCutchen goes down to 2 knees.
Andrew McCutchen was the engine that drove the Phillies' offense. His absence in the lineup would plague the team the rest of the season. It felt like a dark cloud was hovering over the team. Several days later, we had another devastating loss, as Sir Anthony Dominguez went down for the season.
Phillies have used 18 different relief pitchers this year.
Ironically, the day before McCutchen's injury, Matt Klentak had acquired veteran outfielder Jay Bruce to bolster our bench. Little did Jay know he would be thrust right into the middle of the lineup, and he didn't disappoint.
That one's hit well, deep to right field. Reyes going back. It is gone! A grand slam for Jay Bruce. Second home run of the night. He has 6 RBIs.
Welcome to Philadelphia, Jay Bruce.
He became an instant hero.
It is gone! 2-run opposite field home run for Jay Bruce. He's done it again!
At times, the fans at Citizens Bank Park sounded more like a Springsteen concert.
Has there anyone gotten off to a better start as a Philadelphia Philly than Jay Bruce?
Or anybody.
Lordy sakes, he is high.
As Yasiel Puig lifts one out to left, Bruce comes sliding in. Even Schmitty knows.
Sometimes I wish my name was Bruce.
Nick Pivetta had come into the season with the goal of establishing himself in the rotation. After a rough start, he was sent back to AAA. An enigma to the coaching staff, he had great stuff and not so great results. He was recalled at the end of May and finally got to show us all what he was capable of.
Fair ball, the ball game is over. Nick Pivetta with his first career complete game. What an outing. The Phillies win it 4-1.
Our first name is Philadelphia.
Mi primer nombre es Filadelfia.
Philadelphia.
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 Our first name is Philadelphia. It's the mantra that David Montgomery repeated throughout his long tenure as Phillies president. And a great many of his players understood it. Years of dedication to the city he loved had helped create a culture of giving back. Many of those players who give back find out that they get back in return. Some have their own personal causes. Others help out with a fantastic auction, a place where fans get to have an up-close experience with the Phillies.
I'm the pitcher.
I'm the catcher.
I'm an all-purpose pitcher.
Each year, our flagship event is the Phillies Festival to help find a cure for ALS. This was our 35th year in association with the Philadelphia chapter. Philadelphia native Lieutenant Colonel Chuck Schretzman was invited to talk to the Phillies players.
3 years ago, they told me to do that. Go home and really die.
Right.
No way, man, no way. No, I'm 4 years in. And you know that
You could almost hear a pin drop as Chuck rose to his feet to address one of his favorite players, the recently injured Andrew McCutchen.
I love you, man. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about your injury. I love the way you play ball. I love your teammate, true teammate. No
It was a true exercise in courage. He was meeting his challenge with bravery and humor.
I'm really mad about I love my Philly accent. I love you guys, man. Every one of you, man. And you got my back. I got your back, man.
It's no wonder he became a source of inspiration for everyone in the Phillies organization.
Yeah, great team, man.
It's a great city, man. It's a great city. You're an inspiration, dude.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck in Atlanta.
I appreciate it. Let's go kick their ass,
man.
We'll do. Sounds good.
0-1 pitch to Harper. A liner up the center
On June
field.
12th, we were knocked out of first place.
Phillies get shut out tonight in the finale of this homestand, held to only 3 hits by Merrill Kelly and 2 relievers.
2 days later, the bullpen couldn't hold a 5-run lead in the 8th.
On the run, he's not going to get it. The Braves are going to win. It's a 2-run walk-off single by Brian McCann, and that is a horrific loss by the Phillies.
That sent us into a bad stretch of ugly baseball.
One deep to left field, and it is gone.
The Braves began to pour it on.
Swing and a miss. Got it with 96.
We had more problems in D.C.
Into center field, a base hit. Harper's around second, hesitates for a moment. Now goes to third, the throw, and he is out at third base.
Max Scherzer had broken his nose during BP the day before and didn't seem to faze him.
Swing and a miss. And a little emotion. He reaches 10 strikeouts. And the ball game is over. The Phillies have been swept out of this series by the Nationals.
Back home, things didn't get much better.
7 consecutive games. They haven't won since last Saturday.
The faithful were getting restless.
They are swept out by the last place Marlins.
On June 24th, the Mets rolled into town. Newly acquired utility man Brad Miller brought something to the clubhouse to change the luck.
So today, Brad Miller took it upon himself to buy a bamboo plant, a lucky bamboo plant, as he said.
Up in the broadcast booth, Jimmy Rollins explained the best way to survive troubled times.
You have to find a way to look within yourself. You have to do things that got you here in the first place, meaning on the winning side of things. What were we doing? Were we having fun? But at some point, you have to get sick and tired of it. Like, we're going to do something. You're saying we might need to score 4 or 5 runs tonight just to have a chance.
That ball's hit well out to left center field. Conforto's going back. It is.
There it is. Yes.
Home run, Gene Segura.
Just like that.
Out to right field. Harper on the run. Back to the.
It looked like we were in for a slugfest. That was fine by Jimmy.
Say no panic.
He brought a whole new energy level and a whole new language to the booth.
Take a nice filet mignon pitch. A little truffle butter. Yes, sir. Get you a slice. Oh! And he got him a slice.
It is.
Hey, baby. Woo!
2-run home run.
Little truffle butter, Ben. Get you a slice, baby. Woo! You want to slug? We can slug. Fight and field.
In the air to right field.
Bruce Almighty, baby.
It's gone.
You want bamboo? I get bamboo.
The offense was breaking out, and things were getting fun again.
The 7-game losing streak is over. Out towards center field. Lagares going back. Still going back. Reaches up.
And there it is. Good goal, man.
The first walk-off victory of the year for the Phillies. Roman Quinn scores on the base hit by James Bruce. And the Phillies win it 5-4. Bamboo for everybody. Out to left field. McNeil going back. It is gone! 3-run walk-off home run for the Phillies. Back-to-back nights they win it in their final at-bat.
Say what you want about the 2019 Phillies, but they sure had some moves. Down the left field line. As we neared the All-Star break, it became obvious that the best player on the team for the first half was JT Realmuto.
With a two-run double.
He did it on both sides of the ball.
Pitches swung on and missed. The throw to second base. Runner goes. Pitches taken inside. Throw to second base is a seed. They throw behind the runner at first. He is out at first base. He bunts at it and missed it. They throw back behind Defoe, and he's out at second base.
He made a big impression on everyone that watched him play, especially up here in the booth.
He reminds me, more and more I see him with Darren.
Really?
Yeah, just that presence. When you're done playing, you always wonder who's going to wear your number. And I would imagine Darren would be very pleased to know that he's wearing number 10 and is catching for the Phillies.
In the air to left field. Realmuto may have just tied this game. He did!
It's no surprise that JT became a huge fan favorite this summer.
Grand slam, JT Realmuto!
And speaking of fan favorites, Citizens Bank Park played host to 3 spectacular retirement celebrations this summer. Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, and Jimmy Rollins all got to take a final bow in front of a packed house. And the experience was a true love fest.
You good?
Yes, sir.
Pretty good.
Hey, I just show up when they want me to retire. That's all I do. Why do I have to touch the bamboo plant? Do I have to rub the actual plant or rub the bowl?
I miss the routine a little bit, but I don't miss playing. Like, I have no desire to pick up a bat or throw a baseball. For some reason, Aaron, go get it, man.
I love watching you hit, bro. I love it. You're one of my favorite dudes to watch hit, bro. I love it. I love it.
Did you draw this? Did you draw this? Did you do this?
Of course I did.
In his spare time.
I was raised in the city as a man because of you guys, pushing me to be the best version of who I am every single day. If I jog, you boo me. When I go hard, you cheer me. So thank you all for all the years, all the support, and for being who you are, for being true to who you are and requiring that of us.
They come out here every single day and put it on the line, win, lose, or draw, the good, the bad, the ugly. But damn it, they're trying. And as long as they give you the hustle and play the game the way it's supposed to be played, don't ever boo these men.
Thank you for motivating me. Thank you for being straightforward. Thank you for picking me up when I was down. Thank you for being loyal. A bit crazy at times. Thank you for being passionate. Overall, just thank you for being the best fans in baseball.
Have a good one, baby. Be that gorilla, bro.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Be that gorilla.
It was just fun to have those guys around. But the best part for me was that the fans got to see them take their positions in this beautiful ballpark one last time.
Still got it. Still got it. Still got the flick.
Thank you, brother.
Well deserved. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Good cruising, Phil. Still got it. Still got it. Didn't blow out the pants. Good day.
Oh, God, get the out.
And more importantly,
Uncle.
the players in our dugout got to witness a true expression of Philadelphia love. We came out of the All-Star break 3 games over 500 and hosted our rivals to the south. We were all hoping the ball club could get back to its winning ways.
He goes down on strikes, and the ball game is over. And listen to the boos from the sold-out crowd here at Citizens Bank Park, and it's hard to blame them.
actually think this is probably one of Philly's most important games of the year, because it feels like it's two teams going in different directions. And so you win tonight, you get a half a game behind them, and you maybe can start to reestablish yourself as someone that's going to stick around in this division and in the wild card race.
The Nationals have come all the way back, and they've done so with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. It's 4-3 Washington. It is the second time this season the Nationals have been down to their final out in this ballpark. Wow.
At the end of July, baseball set its calendar for a date with immortality. The Hall of Fame inductions at Cooperstown marked the acknowledgement of the best our sport has to offer. This year featured a very special Philadelphia flavor. Local product Jason Stark began covering the Phils in 1979 as a beat writer before moving to network TV. He was awarded with the J.G. Taylor Spink Award for meritorious contributions to baseball writing. Those of us who consider Jason a friend and a colleague couldn't agree more.
Sometime in our lives, we all fell in love with baseball. And when we arrive in Cooperstown, it brings it all back. It infuses that love, that glow into all of us. I'm here today because I dreamed a dream. Somehow, I wound up doing exactly what I always dreamed of doing. This was my dream, to be a baseball writer.
Jason was entering the Hall along with the author of some of the greatest Phillies pitching performances of all time, Roy Halladay, who was tragically killed in a plane accident, had entered the Hall in his first year of eligibility.
There's never really been anything quite like that, where a first ballot Hall of Famer was not present to be there, to give the speech, to accept the love. It was so bittersweet, but I felt like Brandy Halladay was special.
Roy was blessed in his life and in his career to have some perfect moments, but I believe that they were only possible because of the man he strived to be, the teammate that he was, and the people he was so blessed to be on the field with. I'm so humbled to say congratulations to this year's Hall of Fame inductees, to say thank you to all of you on Roy's behalf.
His former team, the Blue Jays, hosted a private reception along with the Phillies during induction weekend. At one point in the evening, some of his teammates and colleagues were asked to leave a message to their departed friend.
And Roy, you know, unfortunately we were not able to talk before your passing, but we're here to celebrate you here today in Cooperstown, New York. And what a great day, what a great night we're having tonight.
This is what you played for, this is what you worked for your entire career. And you know, I know you're looking down, smiling, and you're a Hall of Famer, buddy. Congrats. I miss you.
Baseball lost a good one. Your family lost a tremendous one. And unfortunately, I think the Phillies and all of baseball lost a guy that would have been a great mentor to future stars of the game. So rest in peace. Think of your lots.
I can't thank you enough for what you did to our organization, what you did for me personally.
But the coolest thing was, when we became teammates, to see it firsthand on a daily basis, to see you in the clubhouse, I cherish the times that you and I had together. May you rest in peace.
You lived up to all of our expectations, all of our hopes. You were spectacular on the field. You were equally spectacular off the field. I wish you were here today to celebrate this with us, because we're really celebrating you, and we miss you. We miss you terribly.
July 28th, photo night. The Phillies decided to turn back the clock to 1979. That year, they wore the very bizarre full maroon uniform for just one game.
Well, Saturday night special. What do you think?
Not sure yet. You know, I guess we'll see. If it gives us a win, you know, we'll wear anything. So let's hope it brings some good luck.
Ground ball to shortstop. This should be 2. Segura has trouble flipping it, so everybody is safe. Should be 2. Ground ball right side. Reese diving play, kicks it off his glove. Everybody is safe. It is 6-1 Atlanta
And I'm not even sure if there are words to describe what's going on. There are, but
Ugly right now.
ugly. Judging by the court of public opinion,
Out toward left, it's a grand slam.
we will hopefully not see these unis
It's been
again
all Braves tonight. They win it 15-7.
for another 40 years. It seems like every year Vince Velasquez does something amazing on the field.
Curveball hits
Last year,
Velasquez.
he threw a batter out at
And
first
he's gonna
base
throw left-handed. How about that? And
with the
hopefully-
wrong arm. This year, he was asked to play left field in one of those crazy extra inning games.
The throw to the plate by Velasquez on a couple hops is in time. How about that?
Now, the guy that would normally be playing left field, Roman Quinn, he was on the mound in the
Line drive
15th
to
inning.
left field. Velasquez diving
No
catch.
way.
Oh man, what a play! The man is flat out an athlete.
Alumni Weekend is always a great time at Citizens Bank Park. As usual, fans could bump into almost anybody all over the park. On Saturday night, the Phillies inducted one of the finest pure hitters I have ever seen onto the Wall of Fame. Bobby Abreu took his well-deserved place among the Philly greats.
You supported me every time, and it motivated me to always give the best of me on the field. You didn't deserve less. Thank you very much, and a good night. Let's go, Phillies.
And as if to pay tribute to his fellow right fielder, Bryce Harper let one fly.
Swing and a high fly ball, deep right field, way back there, way up there, into the second deck. Bryce Harper.
Back to back.
Garcia to the wall, looks up, it's gone, goodbye. Into the bushes. Rhys Hoskins.
It was a great night. Aaron Nola pitched like an ace.
Swing and a miss. 96 miles an hour.
The Phillies' defense was on point.
Toward first. Here comes Jimenez. Bare hit by Hoskins. He is out at home plate. Knapp held on. What a play by Andrew Knapp and Rhys Hoskins.
And Nick Pivetta closed it out.
And a miss. He got him. Nick Pivetta picks up his first major league save, and the Phillies hang on and win it 3-2.
And welcome your 2009 National League champion Philadelphia Phillies.
Hall of Famer Pedro Martinez threw out the first pitch. And fan favorite Raul Ibanez summed it up perfectly.
From the bottom of our hearts, we want to thank you guys for these incredible memories, this unforgettable time, and the most energetic and passionate fan base in the history of baseball. So thank you for letting us be a part of it. Thank you.
Because of injuries, young outfielder Adam Hazley, he got a lot of playing time.
Scores easily. It's 2-0.
He took advantage of it.
Hazley out to center field, and it is gone.
Check out this glove work.
And is there. He makes the catch. He stretched out at the last minute. Hazley diving, makes the grab.
Adam Hazley steals a homer from Freddie Galvis, and he acts like it's no big deal.
On August 13th, the Cubs rolled into town and set the stage for one of the most dramatic moments in Citizens Bank Park history.
What a play by Segura, quickly to his feet in time to get half. Pulled toward third, that's a fair ball going down the left field line. He's being waved tall by Dusty Wathan. The throw to the plate is not in time.
Game 1 was a well-played victory for a struggling team. Newly acquired starter Jason Vargas won 6 innings, and the bullpen finished it off.
And the ball game is over. The Phils have taken game 1, 4-2.
The next evening featured one of my favorite events of the year, that one game where we broadcast from the stands. This year was really special because there was so much buzz in the ballpark. Charlie Manuel, with his incredible knowledge of hitting, had been asked to take over the offense.
Not only do I feel the obligation to John Middleton, I feel the obligation to the Phillies. I've been getting paid for the last 5 or 6 years. I've been getting to go to the ballpark and wherever I want to, and pretty bit good. I've been getting meal money.
One of the most popular men in Phillies history, Charlie never lets us down. And another in a long line of Phillies legends that passed through this summer was Cole Hamels, making his first start at CBP since his trade in 2015. He received a warm welcome from the Phillies faithful.
But of 4 players.
Not so much, though, from the Phillies batters.
It is gone! A 2-run home run for Harper.
7 years later, Bryce got his revenge on Cole. Our vantage point from behind the dugout, it was a perfect spot. We could accommodate a variety of guests.
Is this a good vantage point?
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. The dugout's a little nicer.
Oh, is it really? Why, because the screen?
They had a little bit to do with it. You're a little closer, and they got free water and Gatorade.
And a high fly ball to deep left field. It is gone! Grand slam, JT Realmuto! And the Phils take a 10-0 lead. They pop the roof off the building. I don't know if you can hear the fans behind us chanting Charlie's name.
Chris Wheeler, who had recently retired after a 47-year career with the ball club, he also made an appearance.
I haven't got an invite yet to my condo in Clearwater.
Yeah, I know. You know, we got the room all furnished for you, too. I forgot to.
Whoop. That ball is gone. Deep to right field. It is gone. Second deck home run for Harper. It's his second one of the game. 11-0 Phillies.
And of course, there's always the fanatic and everything he brings along. We were 1 game away from sweeping the first-place Cubs, but it wasn't going to come easy. We entered the bottom of the 9th down 5-1, and then began to chip away.
A run will score. Kingery to third. Phillies have made it a 5-2 game. Pulled toward the right side. Beats it into center field. It shoots off Happ's glove. A run scores. Miller stops at second. It's a 5-3 game. Off the bench, Roman Quinn. It's 2 for 2.
You know, as a broadcaster, you always look for that special moment, that special call. Well, Bryce that night gave us something special.
Oh, my God. Deep to right field. Way up there and way out of here. Second deck walk-off home run. Grand slam, Bryce Harper. Wow!
That was sick. Wow. I don't even know. I mean, that was awesome. That was one of the coolest moments I've ever had in my life. I mean, unbelievable. This fan base, everybody, that team pulling for me each night. I mean, what a family we have here. And I mean, this is unbelievable.
I love Crucky's reaction.
Oh, my God. Deep to right field.
Let's hear how the radio guys called it.
Hit high and deep, right field, and that ball is gone!
Look at Harper go around the bases. He's sprinting.
Even some Philadelphia sports icons were impressed.
My favorite, of course, is Harper. I love him. You know, you see the excitement in this man when good things happen. He jumps, you know, make things happen.
To see the joy in his face running around those bases, that to me what made it even more special.
What the heck? Let's hear it in Spanish also.
Batazo profundo al jardín derecho. Atrás para bola. We will be legends. No turning back now. Let's settle the score. There will be no question. We will be legends. We will be legends.
In a storybook world, that victory would have propelled the ball club into a long winning streak and a postseason berth. But it just wasn't meant to be.
The ball game is over. The Padres have taken 2 of 3 from the Phillies.
We plodded along through August with a Jekyll and Hyde approach.
Caught by Segura, and they've doubled up Owings. The ball game is over. The Red Sox have run themselves out of the 9th inning.
August 23rd was almost a microcosm of the whole season.
Here comes Kingery. The shovel is not in time. It's 7-0. It's crazy to think that the Phillies' 7-0 lead has been erased. Swing and a miss. The ball game is mercifully over. The Phillies lose it 19-11, and another tough September loss for the Phils. Ball 4, and the Mets have just walked the game off with a bases-loaded walk to Pete Alonso. A 9-pitch ninth inning for Hector Neris, and the Phillies win it 6-5. Bouncer back toward second base. Albies to second for one. Can they turn two? Freddie Freeman's on the bag. They turn the double play.
Freddie, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. They keep pace in the wild card race. They remain 2 games out of a playoff spot.
This is the most heated I think we've ever seen game. 7 innings for Zach Eflin. He's allowed 1 unearned run. And the Phillies have taken the first 2 games from the Braves. Not only that, they've won the season series.
They were hanging in there. It just felt like all they had to do was go on a run.
Miss. He got him. That's a career high in strikeouts in a season.
Instead, it went the other way.
And how about this? A grand slam. And the Nationals have taken the lead, and they have fallen 1 game under 500, now 79-80.
As they limp back into Philadelphia for the final weekend, the players reflected on their relationship with the city and their hopes for the future.
We're going to be able to build a family here in this amazing city and be here for a long period of time. And I can't wait to grow that relationship with this city, with this community, and be part of that.
They love the game of baseball. There's always energy in the stadium, which is great. I mean, whether we're playing a 1 o'clock day game or a night game on Saturday, I mean, there's been energy every game, which is great. It's a lot of fun. It just gives you something to play for.
I came to Philly as a kid from Baton Rouge who never experienced life in a big city.
This big city feels like a family to me.
But now I can say I'm a better person because of Philadelphia.
For myself and my teammates, just want to tell you guys thank you for all your support this year. I know it didn't go as planned, but I believe in this organization, I believe in this city, and we will reign again. I just want to say thank you so much. You guys have made this year so good, and thank you. See you guys next year.
In the end, it was not enough to save Gabe Kapler's job. After 2 years of 500 records and 2 years of fading down the stretch, he was gone. The search for his successor didn't take long. The Phillies tabbed Joe Girardi as the next man to take the helm. A longtime player and manager, Joe came into town and he spoke our language.
I'm well aware of the passion for the game of baseball here, and I've lived it as a player and as a manager, and I am truly excited to be here. This is a special place, and I can't tell you how excited I am to be here because I feel like this is part of who I am. My first road trip as a big league player was to Philadelphia. It's pretty amazing, and I'm just very thankful and very excited about this opportunity, and I know the importance of winning here.
A 3-time world champion as a player, and then manager of the 2009 world champion Yankees, he knows what it takes to win.
I had a chance to play against a great team in Charlie Manuel in 2009, and it was a great place to come watch a game. And I got to tell you, the passionate fans of the Phillies were great. It was not easy fans to play against, and I want it to be that way for many years to come.
He knows what it takes to win in the Northeast. He knows this town. It certainly looks like a perfect fit.
And a line drive into center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. It gets past Pollock, goes to the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Kingery. The Phils are going to win the ball game.
It's a base hit. It kicks away from Pollock. It goes to the wall. The game is tied around